sometimes we find with the English opening, obviously, many transpositions to different queen's pawn openings, and typically not the queen's pawn main lines, which will benefit us the most. Unfortunately, of course. So if you play this type of thing, you might manage to get yourself into some trouble. Or you might just end up in a fairly equal position. And we see both sides of this in this game. So if we very quickly pan through it, we have the typical exchange in the center, the typical e4 line. However, again, there's that English addition of a fianchettoed bishop. Usually you would prefer knight g2, bishop on d3, supporting your center by chasing away black's light squared bishop with f3. And we typically don't get that here. Now a pin on the knight will further weaken the central control, and it's quite easy actually for black to get equality, if it isn't already equality by this point. But obviously we can analyze with the computer, but you still have to be able to play this by just using your own abilities, I guess. But I haven't been showing the best ability in this game when I played it. So black continues, put pressure in the standard Grunfeld fashion. I tried to defend it in a normal way. Queen a5, I thought it was a normal move. Apparently it's not. C takes, I guess, if we look at the line. I'm not even sure there is one. But knight takes, I think, again, because of the pin. And white might be collapsing. And this structure, I still think black is the one who's happy. Being able to avoid white's bishop and still having weakened this whole position. So c4, c3, very important squares in any variation that we will see here. Takes, queen a5, pins the pawn, so removing a defender. It's completely too easy to lose your center here as white by playing the way I did. I must review this. Queen d2, unpinning, but it's slow because black wants to develop his rooks, and this is the perfect line to do it. So he exchanges, and here you see it. Best is to attack by developing. Bishop g4 is always easy to play, but you have to be ready to exchange in the center. I can't play d5. My rook will be hanging. I still have to move my rooks. But my king is misplaced. Bishop g4. Attacks a pawn. Exchanging. And black is almost completely winning, but I have some compensation here. But rook d8 would have already given black a massive advantage. I just can't defend everything. Can't move the pawn. Can't move the pawn. If I have to move the king up, the best bet would probably be to play for this bishop move. But there will be a few possibilities. Either way, black eventually anyway misses the opportunities, and then you still just have this annoying equal position I have to exchange, I think. Otherwise he supports his knight. Otherwise he supports his knight with this e5. Let's say I go, yeah, I play this, and you can see doesn't look very good. But obviously, yeah, you can recapture the pawn, but let's say you don't. Either defend it, or you play something like rook in, and then capturing, yeah, might give you a fair advantage. Bishop d4, bishop d4, and now we have opposite bishops. Makes it easier to draw the game. And I was desperately trying to find the draw. Wasn't for me very obvious that a draw would happen. But I was close enough, right? We will see shortly. This pawn is important as well. Stopping black from just moving all over the board on the king's side. Capture the pawn. He should defend this pawn, play e6, and then move his bishop back, and he has all the activity. And I am much worse. So, I have to move here after this. But we'll see now. Instead of doing that, he captured, which is time wasting. I can capture before he's able to defend his bishop if I move my king, because the check isn't important, right? Check. He moves his bishop. And now it's approximately equal, I would argue. Black has the initiative because of white's poor positioning and the pawn. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. Difficult to say. Still stops black from really taking advantage of his abilities, but rook ac8, you know, would be nice. So I kind of have to play this to prevent him from invading like this. Not so good to exchange the rooks. I think with two rooks it's easier to gain activity for black. So I'm happy. Again, you know, the organization in white's position is poor, so you want to infiltrate to get complete equality. But now you have to waste a move. The targets aren't easy to get to. The bishop needs to be on this square. White might have a slight advantage in that position, but it's still just equality. Black is able to defend easily. A setup like this might even be good for black. But yeah, it's easy. Nothing to worry about. And this is just a draw. And now it's total symmetry. White is equalized with no problems. We even have the same f7, f2 weakness. But what can you do? Just exchanging, and we notice that the game is just equal, and it ends in a draw. As simple as that.